This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so in the last session, I have discussed all about basics of applications. Like how do we log in, how do we log off, and your good name? Okay, and you gave me a, this is a session, just attend this session and at the end we will discuss. Okay, and you came through reference or who? Okay, your colleague? Okay, I'll discuss with you at that. So last day we have discussed all about basics of applications, how do we log in, how do we log off, and what is that required to work on as an implementation project, right? So today we are going to create a new user. I'll keep one Excel as a tracker, and every day this Excel you're going to get along with recorded video from now onwards. Okay, so this Excel you will be getting every day. This Excel you will be getting every day as a tracker, and this Excel gives you the sequence of all setups step by step. So you can also follow this Excel to do setups. So these are the topic names. It will go on. I have written few, whatever batch right now I'm doing. So I've done up to this, that I've written all these topics. It will go on more. So this Excel tracker have all setups and all transaction process in SQL step by step what all we do. Okay. The first step, we are going to create which user? Employee user and implementation user. Why implementation user we have to create first? Because we need setups. So what setups are required? See, ultimately we go to employee user and we start working from employee user. But you are saying first we need to create implementation user, not employee user. But what is the reason? You're saying setups. We need to do setups. What kind of setups we need to complete? See, job roles and all we can assign to employee user also, right? Yesterday, if you remember, I said to create employee user, you need legal entity and business unit. Without these two, employee user, you can't create because they are mandatory. Because when employee joins, HR create the data and they select which company the employees join and which business unit the employee is working, right? So that's why while creating employee user is nothing but HR data. As an employee, we have to create data, and that will become a username for applications also. We write their username. To create employee user, first we need legal entity and business unit created. That is why we have to create implementation user first, and we do setups till business unit, and then later we can create employee user and we can start working from employee user. For now, we have to create implementation user and assign implementation related job roles. How many job roles are there to set up applications? Yesterday I have written in Excel 3. What are their names? Written or not written? Maybe somewhere you have written. 3 job roles you remember, but names you forgot. 3 job roles. To implement, we need 3 job roles. What are those? Application implementation consultant, IT security manager, and employee. Without these 3 job roles, we cannot set up applications, right? Application implementation manager gives you access to the setup and maintenance, functional setup and maintenance. IT security manager gives you administration access. employee gives you access to communicate with database, right? Yesterday I have discussed the use of these 3 job roles. So these 3 job roles are required to set up application. We create an implementation user and then we assign those 3 job roles to set up applications, and then next what we do, already that's what I'm saying, we create username, we assign 3 job roles to the user. Next, after we create user and after we assign job roles to the user, what next we do? So as prepare ledger, so before prepare ledger and after creating this user, we do something. Yesterday I've discussed.
Create project.
We create a project first, right? Yesterday I said we have to create a project. Within project, we have to enable the offering we are going to set up. Now this training is on financial modules. We have to enable financials offering for a project. And then you have a project to start setups, isn't it? So we'll do that now. And the link is so I have one username. I'll log in with that username. Initially, you need some username password to log in. So you have to log in with username password. Even this is logged. So this is the username. I mean, I have used some username password to enter. I'll also share with you guys the username password. So once you log in into the application, so this is how the home page looks. Yesterday I have discussed about this home page, right? So this is called as what? Springboard. This is called as Springboard because when you click on any spring, it will open the board. That's why they gave name as Springboard. When you click on any spring, it will open the board. That's why the name given as Springboard. And the same Springboard, you can also navigate from here. You have navigator. If you click on this navigator, you can navigate any you can say Spring, and it will open the applications. See, within the Spring, every Spring have applications. Every Spring you click on, there are applications on the board. Every Spring you click on, there are applications on the board. Okay, so that's why the name given as Springboard. And now we have to create, see, like this user we have, we can also create our own user details. Like this user we have, we can also create our own user details. To create our own user details, we need access to the administration. That is nothing but tools. We call it as tools. So let's see any tools access is there or not. So we have tools here, or you can also navigate from here. If you click on this navigator, you can go to tools, and under tools you have all this related to administration. All these are related to administration. Okay, so if you go to security console, see, username, job roles, this all comes under security. Yes or no? It comes under security. So that is why you have to go to security console. Under tools, you have to go to security console. And once you go to security console, here you have option roles, user, okay, and related to user analysis, certificates. It's all related to the user. Okay, so we have all this under security. Now I'm going to create a new username, assigning 3 job roles that are required to set up applications, right? 3 job roles are required. Without those 3 job roles, you cannot set up application, because without those 3 job roles, you can't get access to the tools, you can't get access to the functional setup and maintenance, you can't get access to communicate database. So those 3 job roles are required. So let's create a new user. To create new user, click on this user. See, if you want to see already created user, you can see here. Let's say you want to see already created user. You can. So this is already, we have logged in with the same user. You can see all already created user. Whatever users are already created, you can see here. Any user details you want to see, you can see from here. Clear? I want to create new username. I'm not going to use any existing username. Somebody created for practice or some other trainer, or I created before. I want to create a new username. I want to use my new username for creating a new project and to work on the new project. To create new user, click on add user account. You can add user account. And once you click on add user account, you will arrive here. And from here, you can create a new user account. First name is not required. Here, last name is mandatory. And username, what username you want. And then password. Email ID, if you want, you can provide, or else you can leave it. And when you are providing email ID, I request you to provide your genuine email ID, not the fake one. Because if sometime password get logged, on the screen only you have option to click on forget password, and then if you provide your email ID and select forget password, submit, you will get email from Oracle to reset your password. Okay, username I'll create as Oracle 001. You can write anything, Oracle 001 as a last name, and username, copy the same last name and keep the same. You can give your name also when you're practicing. Okay, and password, what do you want? I'll take same as password, Oracle 001. Okay, password, it must be minimum 8 characters and with at least one number. With at least one number, you can see sample, at least 8 characters, one number. Okay, less than 8 characters or without any number, it will not accept. And username is created. We need to add roles now. Which roles? Job roles. What job roles we add? GL job roles, AP job roles. What kind of job roles we need to add? GL or AP or AR. What kind of job roles we are going to add now? We are working on GL, AP, AR, FA, cash management. So what kind of job roles we are going to add now?
Finance.
Finance related job roles. You forgot them. Just now also I said we need to assign 3 job roles. Finance not required now. First we need to do setups. Right? Those 3 job roles.
Employee,
Then we can,
consultant.
after we complete setup, we can take other job role access. If you take now, there is no use. There is no use if you take GL access, GL job roles, AP job roles, AR job roles, because you don't have ledger created. You don't have legal entity created. You don't have business unit created. Then what is the use of taking all these job roles? You got the point. So first take implementation related job roles. Add job roles. Add roles. Search for role. Which role you want? Application implementation consultant. See, you get so many here. Just read which role you want. So you got 2 with the same name. You can select any one of this. 2 with the same name. You can, whenever you see 2 with the same name, you don't see more than 2. Sometimes you see only one, sometimes you see 2, but not more than 2. You can select any one of them. Okay. Select and click on add role membership. So we are adding this role to the member as a user we have created. Role is added. Okay. Next, IT security manager. We got 2 again. You can select any one of this. And we need to add one more role, employee. See, my advice is do not select starting with ORA. Other than ORA, whatever starting with, you can select that. See, now when I try to select employee, when I write employee role name, see, I got without ORA with ORA. Select without ORA because they are newly created. With ORA, they are old one. Some functions may not available with ORA. So select without ORA, they are latest one. Done. 3 roles are added to this username. I said 3 roles are required, 3 roles are added to this username. Then save and close. Clear? So we have added 3 roles what required and saved, closed. What next? Username is created and added 3 roles. First step is done. Status, I'll keep it as done. Define implementation user, assign implementation job roles. Done. Next step, define implementation project, enable finance offering. So now I have a username. So with that username, I'm going to start implementations. I'm going to create one implementation project, and I'm going to do setups from there. But to do setups, we need a project. We need a project with finance offering enabled because we are going to work on finance. So let us create project. You can create project from setup and maintenance. If you click on the username, here you have setup and maintenance. Yesterday we have seen this setup and maintenance. From setup and maintenance, you can create a new project, and this is a home page of functional setup and maintenance. This is a home page of functional setup and maintenance. You want to set up, click on this task panel. This is called as task panel. Yesterday I said, whenever you see right side this icon, this is nothing but task panel. Whenever you click on task panel, it opens and it shows you whatever tasks are there within the task panel. So I want to create a new project, then click on manage implementation projects. When you click on manage implementation projects, here there are so many projects I'm seeing. Here there are so many projects I'm seeing. If I want to see how many projects are assigned to my username, Then what we do, we click on overview. Yesterday we have discussed. When you click on overview, it will show you project related to your username, right? But my username is not this. My username is Oracle 001. I want one project for Oracle 001. So let's create a new project. Create option is here. If you click on create, it will allow you to create a new project. Project name, I'll give it as Oracle 001 implementation project. Code system creates, you don't have to touch. Description system copy, same name as description, leave it. And this project status is showing not started, because once we complete, then it will show as started. Okay. And then assign to whom. By default, it is taking the same username we have logged in with, but you can change. Search, I'm going to assign to select. Okay, we have assigned to Oracle 001 and start date. We can keep today's date because we are going to work from today. Finish date, when you are going to complete the project, that will be a finish date. Okay, so if you, let's say my duration is 6 months to implement company, for an example. So I'll take like March 31st, May 31st. You give promise to client, right? We will finish your project by so and so date. So that date you can select as finish date. So by that date, system give you alert on that day that your project is finished. So if some tasks are pending, then you have to come to the project and remove this date. If you remove, again it will become active. So finish date will be a deadline for your project. It's an indication that deadline for your project. Does not mean you can't open project again. You can remove that date or you can change that date to open it again. But you can set deadline for a project. Okay. Click on next. When you click on next, it will ask you to select offering. See, select offering to implement. It is asking us to select offering to implement. That means what you want to implement. Select that. I want to implement. See, all these offerings, different offerings are here. All these are different offerings provided from Oracle. All these are different offerings provided from Oracle. And I want to implement finance. What I'll do, I'll enable finance. This is the finance. Once you enable this finance, automatically it will open the options within this finance. See, it opened. So all related to finance you need to enable. Let's say I don't want to use expense, then don't enable. Or I don't want to use fixed assets, don't enable. You can't able to set up fixed assets module. Got it? If you don't want to use assets, don't enable this option. For this training, we are going to work on everything. Let us enable all related to finance. All related to the finance. Related, this Fusion Accounting Hub is a different again. So we have completed with all options enabled under finance, right? So all options under finance you need to enable and then save and open project. It's going to open a new project now. When you do save and open project, it is going to open a new project. And within that project, you can do setups. It takes some time when you create a new project to open. It takes at least 30-40 seconds of time. Done. It is open. So this is my new project assigned to this employee, username, and this is started. There is no finish date. Status is showing in not started as of now, but you can change this, edit, and you can make it as in progress. Now the status of the project is in progress. Okay, and this is offering. Let's say from here I want to assign task. Let's say there is a username called Hema I want to give some task to Hema. See, this is define invoice and payables configuration. I mean payments configuration. It's nothing but payables. So these payables I want to give it to Hema. I asked Hema to set up payables module. Assign task. And I can add Hema as a username. I can give it to Hema. I can find Hema as a username. I can give this task to Hema. And Hema, when Hema logs in with her username, Hema can see this task and Hema can work on this task. Yesterday I said you can assign task to some other user also, right? So this is the way we can assign task to some other user if you want. Now it is not required to assign. So you can assign task, you can change status of the project. Okay. So once project is created, once username is created, a new project is created with finance offering enabled. Next, submit LDAP. This is called as LDAP job. See, we have to submit a request in the database. Submit LDAP job. We submit to the database. We submit one request to the database. Do you understand the term called synchronization? Synchronize. What is the meaning of synchronize? Exactly. So we will synchronize data from application, whatever created in the database. We have something called LDAP table in the backend. What is the meaning of LDAP? Full form is Lightweight Directory Access Portal. Lightweight Directory Access Portal. Lightweight Directory Access Portal, it's a table in the backend where this new user created are going to synchronize with the job roles we have assigned. So every time you create a new username or every time you edit any existing username, you have to submit this LDAP job. Remember this. Every time you create new username or every time you make changes to the existing username, you have to submit LDAP job. This LDAP job synchronizes new user and their job role grants in the LDAP table. And once data is saved in LDAP table, your data is safe. Clear? So now we have to submit this job, and this job we submit from the tool. So again, you have to click on this navigator, and under tools we have scheduled processes. From this scheduled processes, see whatever you want to communicate with database, you have to come to the scheduled processes. From here you can communicate with database through request. Now I'm going to submit a new request. It's nothing but schedule new process. We are going to schedule new process and the job name is LDAP. Just type LDAP, press tab. Send pending LDAP request. See, I don't know, I did not submit any LDAP job so far. So I don't have any pending. Retrieve latest LDAP changes. That means latest user created or updated changes system is going to update in LDAP table. So select this retrieve latest LDAP changes, click OK. And the description you can see here, synchronizes user roles and role grants with definition in LDAP. Whatever defined, definition is nothing but defined. Whatever defined username, roles, role grants, whatever you have defined or you have made changes also, that is going to apply, synchronize in LDAP table. So click OK and submit. It is a request we have to submit. See, this is a request ID generated by system and submitted. Click on refresh here. You can see the request status. Now it is saying wait. It may go under pending running. So once it gone under running, then this request is submitted and it's running. And once this request show as succeeded or completed, first it will show as completed, then succeeded, then your roles and username got synchronized. Clear? So it takes 2-3 minutes of time because it is not only a username in the server. Whatever usernames are there, it will check all usernames in the instance. In the instance, not only we have not submitted only for my user, it is submitted for all usernames. It will check all usernames, any changes, then it will synchronize in LDAP table. For that it will take some time, so no need to wait here. You can log off from here. So next step, what is next step? We have submitted LDAP job. Next step, login with user created. Let's log in with the username created. For login with username created, you need to log off from here, right? Just log off from here. And what is our username? Oracle 001, and the password is also same. Sign in. This is a new username. We have signed in. All this how we got? All this how we got? Because of 3 job roles: application implementation consultant, IT security manager, and employee. Because of 3 job roles, we got all this by default. If you don't assign any job role to the user, you just create username without any job role, then you see empty. You don't see anything here. Clear? You don't see anything here. So this is a new username created, and we got same navigator almost. Okay. And if you click on the username, we got access to setup and maintenance. For any setups you want to do, you have to do it from here. If I go to setup and maintenance, let's see our project. Do I got access to the project or not? Click on this task panel and go to manage implementation projects. And from here, see there are so many projects. I want to go to my project directly, click on overview. It will take you to your project. So I came to my project, and this below is a dashboard of your project. You can see not started status, in progress status, whatever. Click on this username, project, and once you click on the project, it opens and you can do setups from here. So next, what I've written, so log in with new username and go to implementation project created. Okay, so now we have arrived with the username created by us and the project created for implementation now. Now we are going to start implementation. The first setup we are going to do is ledger. The first setup we are going to set up is ledger setup. And after ledger setup, we are going to set up legal entity, business unit, enterprise, everything. The first setup is ledger setup. To set up ledger, what is that we require? Calendar, currency, chart of account, conventions method. First, we will define calendar. Without these courses, you cannot create ledger. Very first thing we define this calendar. To create calendar, find a task name. See, we got all tasks, whatever task we are going to work on, all tasks are under this financials. But it is not easy to remember the task or path. See, now I want to set up calendar. I don't know under which path or in which folder the path is. There are so many folders. It's nothing but path. There are so many paths is there. It's a long path to go to my task. So I can't remember these all paths every time I want to go to the task. That is why Oracle provided option to search your task. I want to define calendar, and the calendar I'm defining for ledger. So ledger calendar is nothing but accounting calendar. Whatever calendar we define for ledger, it is for accounting purpose, right? So find task name with accounting calendar. And we got a task here. Manage accounting calendar. Every task name starts with manage. Every task name starts with manage. So manage accounting calendar. If you click on this task, it opens, and then you got this manage accounting calendar. Click on go to task. See, any path you open, it's the same way. Even chart of account. It open all tasks related to chart of account. Let's say I want to define a structure. Click on this task, and here you got manage chart of account. Click on go to task, then you will go to the task. Okay, so this is how we go to different tasks. Accounting calendar. Click on this manage accounting calendar, and here we have task, click on go to task, and here there are so many calendars already created, but these are created by different people or some provided to Oracle directly. I want to create my own calendar. I don't want to use any existing calendar. To create new calendar, click on this create. When you click on create, it allows you to create new calendar. Calendar name, what do you want name? Let us take Oracle 001 calendar. It will not accept more than 15 characters. That's why I've written Oracle 001 CL. Description you can write full. Started. Your calendar start year. When do you want to start your year? Let's say you want to start your year in the month of April 1st. I mean from 1st April. Select 1st April. You want to start from 1st January. Select 1st January. Depends on when your year starts, you need to select that as a first date, start date. And how frequently you want to, I mean, periods. In a year you have periods, right? So how many periods you want and how frequently you want. I want month as a period. You can go with quarter as a period or weeks as a period also. 4 week as a period, quarter as a period, weekly as a period. Okay, you have different options, but most of the companies, 99% of the companies follow month as a period. That's why month-end process they say, month closing process they say. That's why you also get salaries every month, right? So month as a closing. So my cycle in the calendar is month as a closing, and then year closing, and then quarter closing also will be there. And period name format. How do you want the period name? I want period name like this: Jan-19, Feb-19, March-19, April-19. So 3 characters for month and 2 characters per year, and it should be separated with dash. That's what example given here. So this is how your period name is going to be. You don't want any separator, none. So when you select none, there is no separator between this. You select separator, there will be separator between this. You can select only 2, dash or this, because in the calendar we write dash or slash, right? Nothing else. That's why you got only these 2 options, nothing else. Okay. And adjustment period. Why adjustment periods are required? Any reason for adjustment periods? Basically, in every company audit happens. When audit happens, auditors advises for some adjustments. Auditor do audit only if the period is closed. I mean year is closed. See, financial report you want to release every year. On the report, every company need to take sign off from CA, right? Qualified CA. Yes or no? Without qualified CA, can we release reports of the company? If we release without qualified CA signature, that report is not valid. Financial report is not valid. So qualified CA will sign off just seeing report, or he do something. He have to do audit, right? If he just sign off, if something goes wrong, qualified CA gone. He'll be non-CA. So he do audit first. He or she, they do audit. After audit only, they will sign on the reports. So when they do audits, they will definitely catch some errors or some adjustments, whatever company have to do, right? Yes, that's what CA do. So when they advise for some adjustments, so there must be some adjustment period after year close to adjust. Any adjustment entries need to be posted, or any entry need to be reversed previously posted. Because once year is closed, you can't open. So what do? You have adjustment period, last period of the year to open and to adjust any transactions you want to adjust. Got it? So that's why you have adjustment period. See, depends. Some companies goes once in a quarter adjustment period. Some companies goes one in a mid-year, one in a last year, like year close. Mid-year is nothing but after June and then after December. If April to March, after I think September, right? September is a off year, and then again March. So depend on how they want, but most of the companies go for once in a year end. because once in a year it is safe. After year close, my company go for audit to release final reports. When audit happens, auditor may advise for some adjustments. That's why one adjustment period at least required. Click on next. And budgetary control, if you are using this calendar for budget, then you have to enable, otherwise no. As of now, we are not doing budgets. We'll do budget in future. That time we will enable, we'll create new calendar for budget. You can't use one calendar for budget and accounting. Budget calendar need to be different. And your calendar is ready with all periods. From Jan to December, finally at the end, 13th period, it is adjustment period, and it took last day of the month, last day of the year. And this is enabled as adjusting by default by system. Save. You want to add one more year, 2020. Save it. After save, you get option here to add year. You got option to add year here. Add year. So 2020 is added. New year is added. Save. Again, after save, you get this add year on enabled. You can keep adding years as many as you want. See, client says add 10-15 years in the beginning itself we add. Sometimes client says no boss, add this year only. Next year when we enter, that time you can add new year. Then you create only 1 year, present year. Next year when they enter into the new year, then we add next year. Maybe December last week. Let's say January is the first day of the year, January 1st. So December last week we add new year. So that once they close December, they can move to the January. Got it? Save and close. Done. Calendar is created. The chart of account topic I'll not touch now because that will go for 1 hour complete. So we'll do in the next session. Currency. See, currencies in Oracle provided by Oracle. I mean, in the application provided by Oracle, currency you don't have to create. All currencies are predefined, given by Oracle. We just need to enable currency whichever we want. But you will see all currencies by default enabled because this is already using by so many people, right, for practice and training. That's why you see currencies enabled. But in the real time, when company purchase software from Oracle, they have to enable. Okay, but they get all currencies, complete global currencies provided in Oracle. Oracle provides complete global currencies, whatever currencies are available, every country currency. If you ask me, like, can I get this, what we have, Bitcoin currency? No, this is not any country currency, right? They provide, because in no financial report releases with Bitcoins, isn't it? They provide country currencies. So every country currency they provide. And that country currency, whichever country currency you want to use, you have to enable. That's it. So find currency here, task name, manage. You can directly write currencies or manage currencies because every task starts with manage. Manage currencies. You got 2 tasks. See why we got 2? Because both are same task, but you have 2 different paths. Okay, you have 2 different paths. See, for an example, if you want to come to Amirpet Circle, you have 4 different ways to come, right? But you will come to the same point from wherever you travel. Same here. So whichever task you click on, you will go to the same task. You have 2 different paths to go to this task. Okay. So always my advice is to go for define common options, common application configuration for financials, because we are doing setup for financials, right? Click on this task. And here we have manage currencies. Click on go to task. If you want INR, see, for this training we'll follow USD. The reason, because with INR there are some tasks don't work in future. INR currency don't support for everything, but USD currency support for everything. That's why for this training we are going to follow currency as USD, US dollars. So once I find this US dollars, I can see here, and this is enabled already. Okay, if you see as disabled, you will see like this. You just have to enable and then save it. Okay, so whichever currency you want, you can find and you can enable. INR already enabled. GBP already enabled. Almost every currency is enabled. In real time, you may not see, you have to enable it. Okay. If any currency you are not finding, there are cases some country currency Oracle forgot to provide you, you are not finding it. And with that country, you did some transaction. Can we add? Yes, you can add. Let's say ABC currency, the country name is ABC. Just example. That's it. Keep it enabled. So you can also create currency if you want. Start date, end date not required. If any country currency you don't find, you have to write the currency code of that country, the currency name, and any description you want to write. That's it. So this is how you can also create currency if in case you don't find any currency in the application. Clear? So this is how we enable currency, or we can also create currency. So don't create any currency when you practice, just find currency and enable. That's it. Check if it is enabled, don't require to enable also. Save and close. Next topic is chart of account. Without chart of account, we cannot define ledger. Chart of account we will define in the next session, because this takes 1 hour complete, and I want to close this topic in one day. I don't want to split into two classes, because this is all one topic. We do so many things as a part of chart of account: value sets, segments, segment structure, instance, and then again values. We define different steps, different paths we have to go. That's why I don't want to divide. If I could do some part of today, some part of Monday, today's part will link with Monday, and you may not remember what happened today. That's why we do all in one class. Okay, so that's it for today. I want to discuss with you, so I'll close session here today. We'll meet on Monday. Next class will be on Monday. Classes Monday to Friday, right? So Monday will be the next session. Okay, and when I share this recorded video, I'll share username, password of the application also. You can also practice whatever we have done today. Clear? Yeah, you have it. You can click on any one, but my advice is, if even you click on first one, you will come to the same. Any path you click, you will come to the same. I said go for second one because it's not second one. Go for always define common application setups for finance. In finance related setup we are doing, that's why go for this I said. But you can click on any one of the path, any one of the tasks. No problem, whichever task you click on. Okay. Any more questions from today's? Ajankya, you have any questions from today's class?
No session.
Okay, so that's it. We are going to meet on Monday. Bye. Bye, Ajankya.
Bye.